Welcome Freedom Hero. In this episode, you will find out about a commonly made mistake that kills businesses all around the world every day. And of course, I will share with you how you can avoid that fatal business mistake beyond marketing. My name is István Boydasó and this is the 47 Marketing Show. The inspiration for this episode is a quite recent bad experience of mine, so let me share with you that common business mistake by telling you what happened. About 2 months ago, I decided to add a second and bigger screen to my office environment so I can record marketing automation training videos on higher resolution and be able to work more efficiently on 2 monitors. I watched and read some reviews, I picked the right monitor, found a pretty good deal and placed the order. Then I excitedly laid back in my office chair for a moment and imagined what screen recording I would do on it first. And at that moment, I didn't know what problem I was going to face very soon. 2 days later, it was delivered 4 or 5 days earlier than expected. I was super excited to put it together and start using it. Once it was up and running, I noticed there was a spot kind of around the middle of the screen, always white and never changing. So I went to the seller's website, I sent them an email telling them about the issue and asking for a replacement. I got no reply. Maybe they are really busy, I thought. Days later, I sent another email. Again, got no reply. At that point, I started feeling as an ignored customer. About a week after my first email, I called them. They asked me if they could call me back later that day, but they didn't call me back. Days later, I called them again, got another promise to be called back, which again didn't happen. By the time, I felt frustrated by the situation and I was wondering if I would ever get proper help from them. After chasing them for 2 weeks, finally one of the support people arranged a pickup to send back the monitor to them and told they would check it and send it the replacement in a few days. Filled with hopes and relief, I packed the monitor and sent it back, not knowing at that point that the issue was far from the solution. Yes, you guessed it right. The replacement monitor didn't arrive back in a few days. Neither I got any call or message from them about the delays. My hopes and relief turned back into frustration again. For 4 or 5 weeks, I had to chase them weekly to get any updates. Finally, I got the replacement monitor. And it took about a total 6-7 weeks from purchasing a normal monitor to actually have one that is working properly. Now, why did I tell you this story? Because they made a huge common mistake that kills so many businesses. And that mistake is the lack of proactive communication with the customer. Mistakes like not replying to emails, not returning phone calls, not communicating delays, waiting for the customer to chase them, which not only leaves the customer frustrated and disappointed, it is also a direct way of losing customers to ever return and to ever send any referrals, and that is pretty much leaving easy money on the table. Remember, there is a life beyond your marketing and sales. Either you are providing products or services to your customers, quick and proactive communication is key, especially when they are experiencing some issues. Doing things like quickly replying to emails, returning calls, communicating delays as upfront as possible, and reaching out to the customer instead of waiting for them to contact you. Proactive communication helps to keep the customer informed and at ease even throughout issues, and it's increasing your chances to have happy customers who return and refer others to you. It makes sense, right? Clearly and proactively communicating is not only important with your clients, it is also extremely important to do internally in your business. The lack of proper internal communication can easily cause damages, a loss of money, and even kill the entire business. You, as an entrepreneur, you have to master proactively communicating to your team, and your team has to do the same thing towards you. Besides that, it is your responsibility to create a positive internal culture where your team feels free and willing to communicate, especially when mistakes and delays happen. Be an example to your team. If you make a mistake, don't be afraid to admit it and say sorry. If there is a delay because of you, tell them. Communicate proactively to them upcoming changes, communicate requirements clearly, and so on. So they can see you are not only asking them to properly communicate, you are doing the same thing towards them. Look beyond your marketing and invest time into your proper proactive communication. It will help you to reap the great benefits like smoother and easier business flow, happier clients, getting more referrals, growing your business faster, and more. And with that said, only 2 things left for this episode. Thank you for being here today, and let me share with you one more tip. It was another long Friday evening in the office in 2016. As I tiredly closed the lid of my laptop, a long sigh slipped through my mouth. I hoped it would relax my tense muscles a bit and ease the stress and frustration, but it didn't. The event of the week kept spinning in my head. Cold calling failed. LinkedIn got only bad leads. Networking, 0 leads. Website, only a few bad leads. Another week feeling stuck without quality leads passed. Let me ask you, do you feel like the only obstacle standing in the way of your success is not getting enough of the right leads? That's how I used to feel too. I knew there must be a better method to get quality leads, and I got obsessed to find it. In the past years, I found and proved a way to generate hundreds of leads a month, to create a stable flow of the right leads. How? With a smart and unique high converting lead generation framework. It is the same framework that 20x'd my lead generation in 3 months, and it seems to be creating a stream of new targeted and qualified leads on autopilot for almost all the entrepreneurs who are using it. Let me ask you, is your goal to stably find more of the right qualified leads in the right way and at the right time? If so, get access to the unique framework me and hundreds of entrepreneurs use. Go to 47leadsecrets.com and try it out for free while it's available. You can find the link in the description as well. See you at 47leadsecrets.com.